It's BBC Essex just after 8:30. Thanks for listening. I'm Matt Mackay. It's your Essex, and we're talking about the Oakleys tonight. Great and little. A bit more of a focus on Great Oakley, and then after 9 o'clock, we're heading to Little Oakley. But my next guest on the phone is Sarah Jane Cruickshank. She's an entrepreneur who lives in the village of Great Oakley. Good evening, Sarah Jane.
Good evening, Matt. How are you?
Oh, I'm really good. It's great to have you on the show. It really is. I've been looking forward to speaking with you. We had Mark on from the Maybush pub a few minutes ago. Did you listen?
I did. I've been listening, yes. Yes, we love the Maybush.
I was going to say, you do go to the Maybush pub then, yeah?
Well, I have been a few times. I've obviously got very young children, so we did go in there during the day on a Sunday a couple of times, and they played pool, and we were very welcome. We only moved to the village 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really made us want to live in the village was we looked at a couple of houses and we said, let's go down the local pub, because that's where you find out all the gossip and what the village is like.
Very true.
It is. So we went in there with our children and we sat up a bar, and they were telling us about how this pub was community-led, and we just thought, I've never heard of anything like that, and what an incredible village to be a part of if they do that for their community. And I said, right, make that phone call, we're putting in the offer on that house, let's live here. So yeah, the best thing we ever done. So the Maybush was like the thing that drew us in as well. It was the final thing that made us go, yes, let's just come and live here. So
that's fantastic. We'll have to get Mark back on. You can have a chat with you.
I think it might have even been Mark that we spoke to about like the actual area and stuff. So yeah.
Oh wow. Well look, let's talk about you. You're an entrepreneur. You live in the village. You live in Great Oakley. You do a number of different things. You've got your own vlogs on your website. We'll give your website a bit of a plug in just a minute. But do you know what I've got?
Oh no, what have you got?
I've got a clip of you in action. Have a listen to this.
Hello, greetings and salutations. My name is Sarah Jane Cruickshank, and welcome to my Wall Street Forex trading hub. Actually, it's my garage. I trade Forex out of my garage, and around the craziness of family life. I am a full-time mum. I do this as a living. I earn money online using Forex. And it is so simple, and I do most of it. Don't let this fool you, right? Even though I do come in here and look at my charts, I do most of my trading off of my mobile phone. Yes, it's true. As a busy mum, I trade in the car, I trade in the supermarket.
And that's you. That's you, Sarah Jane.
That's me, yes.
Now, it's a difficult one to introduce you because you're an entrepreneur, you do vlogs, you do blogs, and on your website, basically the title says, how a bankrupt stay-at-home mum with no qualifications went from factory worker to hitting the top recruiting global leaderboards.
That's me.
That's you.
Yes, that's me. I came out of school, I dropped out of college, I went into factories, I was on flow lines, and I never really had any ambition, or I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I moved to this area and I worked in a cake shop for a while, and then I had my children. And I didn't want to go back to work, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And I thought, I have to find something to do that I can do at home so that I can be around for my children. Because as most people, busy mums know, sometimes nursery fees are more expensive than, if you have to have a job. And I just thought, I'm not going to work to pay for a nursery when I can be at home with my children. So I thought, what can I do? So I did a training course on how to be an online marketer and how to use social media to promote myself, to promote a business. And I went through some training and I thought, right, what should I do? And this company came up on Facebook that was selling like beauty creams. And I thought, maybe I could do that. I didn't know anything about it. I wasn't in the beauty industry. I didn't have a clue. But I thought, wonder if I can use my skills to promote this product. So then I discovered, thanks to my wonderful friend Phil, who told me all about the power of YouTube, to do like demonstrations on YouTube and like get like my mother-in-law came round and I did like put some magic cream on her and said, oh, look at this, it's wonderful. And suddenly people were watching, people were commenting, and my views went up to 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And I thought, oh, this is all right. And I was selling this cream and it was doing really well. Now, while I was doing that, I was building a following on Facebook as well. And I thought the only way to really build a following, to get people to like you, is not to sell them something. People don't like to be sold to. So why not give value? So I was teaching people how to market. I was teaching them how to use Facebook. I was teaching them how to use YouTube, how to present themselves in a way that people would buy something from them, even if they wanted it or not, because they liked them. And I kind of got really carried away with this stuff, and I loved it, and it was working. So,
what sort of time period time scale are we talking here? From when you?
My son's 8 years old. Coming up to 8 years old, so I've been doing this for 8 years. And then I joined another company. I thought, well, if I can do it with that company, I can do it with this company. So I kind of did it with quite a few companies, promoting stuff on YouTube. And then I wrote a book, which is on Amazon, which was a #1 bestseller in the weddings category. So that was a little string to my bow. And then I set up a t-shirt business as well, where people buy and sell t-shirts that I've designed online. So I've got that as well. So I just think you need to have your finger in many pies, because there's so many things out there with regards to YouTube, social media, Instagram, Facebook. So I've kind of learnt them all and used those to my advantage in what I do, and it works. And I don't have to go and get a job. I work from home. I'm there for my children. I'm there to wander around the beautiful village of Great Oakley whenever I feel like I need to. So it works really, really well for me. And, I think I finally found my thing. So, yes.
It sounds like you're a force to be reckoned with. It really does. So podcasts, vlogs, website, books, T-shirts. I mean, what's next? What's next?
Oh, next thing. Well, I'm also a Forex trader, so I am like the wolf of Little Oakley. I am your Leonardo DiCaprio of the village.
Love it.
My husband has set up me in the garage, and I have 5 or 6 screens around me with all my charts on, and I trade. But to be honest with you, I think most of the screens are just for show, because I do most of it off my phone. So I do trade Forex as well as all these other things, which, it's incredible skill to learn.
So Forex, that's foreign exchange market, isn't it, Forex?
Buy and sell foreign currencies. Like when you go to the travel agents, you're going on holiday, you might, buy some US dollars, you go away, and when you come back to exchange them, they've either gone up or gone down. So I kind of tap into that $1 trillion industry that Forex, that the banks do, and everyone else does, but I can do it from home, from the skills that I've learned. So, I'm having a ball. It's fantastic. And, I'm very happy, and you can find me anywhere. I'm on YouTube. If you just Google my name, I'm all over it. So, and that's the way to be if you want to build a business online. So, going very well.
Well, it sounds like it's going very well. I was going to ask you, and there'll be a number of people listening wondering the same thing. You've got young children, and where do you find the time to do all of this, Sarah Jane? I don't understand.
I do it from the supermarket. I do it when I'm out and about. I drop the kids off at school. I come home. I think, what can I do today? Oh no, let's make a video for YouTube. Put that on there and leave it to run. There's so many things you can do in and amongst your craziness of life. So, yes, if I can do this with no education and, nothing, anybody can do this sort of thing. And it's just a case of tapping into the power of social media. And that thing is an incredibly powerful tool if you want to promote anything online, whether it's a business or yourself or a product. You have to tap into it. So to learn the skill of doing that is quite an amazing thing if you want to be a stay-at-home, work-from-home mum or dad. I think, you're missing a trick if you don't tap into this sort of stuff.
Exactly. The opportunities are out there. They really are. It's just a case of grabbing them with both hands and making the most of what you've got. And especially, what advice would you give to other women, in particular maybe mums, who, as you quite rightly pointed out, sometimes it doesn't make sense to go out and work because of the cost of childcare and things. But mums that want to set up a business, a home business, what kind of advice would you give them to get that going and to take those first steps?
I think you just need to step out of your comfort zone. I think some people are terrified to do it because they are maybe embarrassed to be seen on Facebook. Some people don't want to be on video. They don't like that. That would scare the life out of some people. But I think if you can get out of your comfort zone, put yourself out there and start to think to yourself, I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks of me, because somebody out there will get me. Somebody out there will get my message. They'll be inspired. They'll be motivated. And, you have to focus on that. And you have to kind of, I do get what's called haters and trolls on YouTube where, they call me names and they say this and that and the other. And I kind of just laugh it off, and I just think, if I've got a hater, if I've got a troll, then I've made it. If I've got people that hate me, that's fantastic. That means that I'm in their face. I'm out there. I'm doing what I need to do. So bring it on, you know. And I do get it, but you have to be quite strong. But you can learn to do that just from practice and just doing a little bit every day and building up that confidence and just having the balls to basically turn around and say, I don't care, I'm doing this because I want to work from home, I want to make money, I want to make my children, my husband proud, and I'm going to do it. And if you can think like that, and it's all quite a mindset thing. Once you get over that, you know, the world is your oyster. There's so much money to be made online and anybody can do it. You just have to step out of that comfort zone and find something that you want to do and learn how to do it.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but you've inspired me. I'm literally, as soon as the show's finished, I'm going to get on my phone and try and make my millions.
Excellent. Well, come and join my website and then come and follow me on YouTube and I'll teach you how to do it, Matt.
Well, look, I really hope on all your social channels you've been plugging the fact that you're on BBC Essex tonight with me.
You've got to, yeah.
I hope you have.
You know, you've got to plug everything. It's like, you know, anything that is going to, you know, put your face and your name in front of people that might be possibly interested, then just go for it. And this was, when I got the email to say they want to talk to me, I was like, oh, yes, this is excellent, because I can reach out to people and say, you know, if I can do this, you can do this. You know, hopefully I'm going to inspire lots of mums and dads out there who don't want to go to work, who want to find something else to do, to go out there and just grab it with both hands. And, you know, you only get one life. So why not do something that you really enjoy? That's what I think.
How do you find village life? I mean, essentially you're working a city life, but in a lovely little place called Great Oakley.
Oh, it's lovely. Oh, the best thing we ever did was move here. We live in Orchard Close, which is a little cul-de-sac in Great Oakley, and we have got a park 50 yards from our house, and our children have just had the most incredible life here because they go down the park, they meet their friends, they walk around to the shops because we've got a massive field behind us, so they go out that way, they don't have to go on the road. I've joined the art class in the village hall, which I love, which is on tomorrow. So I've plugged myself into the community by joining the local art class, and I've made some incredible friends in there. And we've got an incredible art exhibition coming up actually in June, the 16th, 17th of June in the Great Village Hall. So we're going to have our art exhibition in there. So I've joined that as well. Yes, we pop down the Maybush as and when we can, and just being out in your garden, in the front garden, doing some gardening. The amount of people that stop and say hello is lovely, and you get to know everybody, and everyone in our street is wonderful. So brilliant.
I was going to say, what do you love the most about the village? But you've literally just said it there. You really have, and I think
that's no problem. But,
no, not at all. I was going to say, I think everybody in Great Oakley probably knows you, don't they, Sarah? Would you say?
Well, maybe it's like maybe I'm not so chatty in real life. Maybe it's all like, you know, this fake persona. No, actually, I've known lots of people. It's lovely, and everyone's been so welcoming. And you know, the children go out and stroke everybody's dog as they walk past, and we get in the conversation. And yeah, we used to live on a main road, and we never used to have this kind of feel of village life before. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or hate it, but I love it. I love the fact that I can walk down to the little shop and speak to about 10 people on the way. You know, and I wasn't expecting to see anybody that I knew, and you just know everybody, and people waving and say hello, and everyone's so lovely here. And one thing I noticed as well about this village was Halloween. If anybody wants a fun night out on Halloween, come to Great Oakley, because these people go to town. I mean, the houses and the decorations and the people that get involved in the village is just, it's like being in an American street. I mean, we went to town last year. We had like zombies and hands and heads coming out of all of our front of our house, and everybody came round, and it was brilliant, really good fun.
Well, look, when Halloween comes around later this year, make sure you take lots of pictures, send it to us, and we'll put it on our BBC Essex Instagram page so we can show off the village of Great Oakley in Halloween. But just quickly, how can people get in touch with you? I know you've got a website. Let's give it a quick mention, because you would have inspired a few people to find out a bit about your journey and what you do, and where can they find out more?
Okay, it's quite simple. You just go onto that amazing search engine called Google and just type Sarah Jane Cruickshank. And I'm sorry, but you will be bombarded with stuff that I do.
What?
So it's quite easy. My website's on there, my YouTube channel's on there, my LinkedIn, my Facebook, everything. So.
Everything's on there. And how are we spelling Sarah Jane Cruickshank?
SARAH, Jane, Jane, and Cruickshank. which is a fine Scottish name, is Cruickshank.
It has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you this evening,
Thank
Sarah.
you very
Thank
much,
you
Matt.
so much for your time.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Sarah Jane, Cruickshank.com. Have a look at the website. What a pleasure.